Hi, welcome to Monty's Misadventures. I'm Monty, and this is my Misadventures Cycling Edition. Okay, today we're going to head out pretty much the same way we always do, with a trip through the neighborhood, and then instead of turning left, I'm going to turn right here, and we're going to go on an easterly heading for a while. We've been this route before, just going the opposite direction, and not the whole route, just a little part of it. We'll take you down some new places where you can see some better scenery, more of the whole old growth forest and cornfields and that sort of thing, but some real good hills on this one, and a few other surprises along the way. Just watch and see. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. This was a morning ride. You can see the sun's still pretty low over the horizon, and when you were looking at the sun back there, you could tell it was, we're heading in an east direction. There it is. You can see we're headed almost due east. We'll get down to the bottom of the hill on Tunstall Road, make a left onto Old Church Road. And normally where we had come out from River Road onto Old Church, instead of River Road, we'll just keep going straight. Poor possum. Never stood a chance. Or is he faking? I don't know. So we had this possum once at the house we used to live in, and we slept in our master bedroom, had a patio door going out to the backyard, and the dog woke us up barking and everything. So I go to the door to see what she's barking about, turn on the light, and there's this dead possum laying right there on the patio. And I'm like, oh, it's a dead possum. He was all mangled up, and the best I could figure, maybe another dog had killed it, and when our dog started barking, it ran off and left the carcass there. And my wife gets up, and she's going to go take a look at it, so she's walking over to the door, and she's looking out, and she goes, "Where is it?" And I'm like, "It's right there at your feet. I mean, it's just a few feet off of that by the door." And she looks down, and she goes, "I don't see any possum." And I'm like, "It's right there at your feet. It's dead." She says, "There's no possum here." So I walked over there, and there was not a possum there. It was playing possum. That was kind of funny. I felt kind of stupid, but it's not unusual for me. Fun fact: possums playing possum is not a voluntary reaction. That's something they involuntarily do. It's like a fainting goat. They don't mean to faint; they just do. Same with possums; they just keel over like they're dead when something scares them enough. And a lot of times, whatever the offending creature is, will just leave them alone. I think that's better than skunks. Skunks have a much worse defense mechanism. Another fun fact: skunks don't spray you right away. They point their tail at you and say, "Hey, look at this. If you don't leave, I'm going to do this." And if you leave, you might get away with it, or you might not. And I think that's going to be all the fun facts for now, unless I come up with some more fun facts as we ride along. Anyway, we did make the turn on to Old Church. Shortly coming up will be, if we were to backtrack where we had been before, a right turn on to River Road, but we're not going to make that turn. We'll just keep going straight down Old Church for a while and see what we find down here. Hopefully no skunks or dead possums. And spoiler alert, there were no skunks or dead possums after this. Except for that first one. We'll come back and see him again, and that will confirm our thought that he really is dead. That poor possum. He didn't stand a chance. I think I may have said that already once. All right, here we go into the woods. Somewhere along in here, a big old bird flew out in front of me. I think it was a hawk. I'm not 100% positive, but for the life of me, I can't see it in the video. He's blended in so well with the scenery, and it's surprising because he wasn't but maybe 10 feet off the ground, and he would just, he had to build up a little speed or something. Then he just suddenly turns right and leaves me behind. He may not even knew I was, or he had to know I was there, but he may not have even cared that I was there. He may have just said, there's another guy on a bicycle. Let's just, maybe if he catches up with us, we'll open fire or something. I don't know. But that wasn't the only bird that I chased on this particular ride. And birds are funny like that because I guess the bicycle doesn't make that much noise, so you don't scare them that bad. You scare them enough that they're going to fly away. They're not just going to sit there and let you run them over. But a lot of times birds will fly and they'll hop up like this, and they don't turn through the trees. They just keep going straight because I guess that's the biggest opening. And it's just so impressive when you're riding the bicycle because you get such a perfect view of the bird. Hey, Kate, slow down there, buddy. Yeah, it smelled kind of bad. I'm going to say he was late for his next job. He was late for work. Or maybe he had to go to the bathroom really bad, and so he was going too fast. That's how I justify when I see people pass me at ridiculous speeds, as I figure they're making an emergency bathroom run. I was in a cab one time, and that kind of happened. We got on the interstate, and this guy just flies past us and then slows down. And the driver says, "What in the heck is he doing?" I'm like, "Well, he must have had to go to the bathroom real bad." And he goes, "Well, why did he slow down?" And I'm like, "Well, maybe it's too late." Anyway, bathroom jokes are probably not really appropriate for this channel. But you're going to hear bathroom jokes from time to time anyway. After all, it is my channel. I can say what I beep. That really wasn't very funny, was it? I'm always trying to be funny. Okay, here we are. Stage 4 of the Tour de France. On the leaderboard, number 1. We don't know who this man is. He just jumped into the peloton and is breaking. Oh, wait. Oh, look. Hello. Hello there. I totally lost my train of thought. That's what we do this for. Pretty girls running. Don't tell my wife I said that. And honey, if you hear me say that, just pretend I didn't say that. Anyway, something about the peloton and stage 4 climbing Mount LeBlanc. And he's an incredible athlete. He hasn't even shifted into the smaller chain ring. Or is it the bigger chain ring? I'm not sure. Anyway, he's taken a lead. He's got 10 minutes on the rest of the group. He is bound to hold the yellow jersey before the day is done. That's the kind of thing you think about while you're riding it, like you're in the Tour de France and you're winning and everybody's behind you. In reality, my top speed going down the steepest hill I ever go down, generally I'll hit about 35 miles an hour. Whereas these guys at the Tour, they're just about cruising at 35 miles an hour. Those guys are crazy. I do 25 miles on a bicycle and I'm dead tired, and they do 150 miles a day for a month straight. And well, hello there, deputy. Always wave at the deputies. I definitely support those guys. Oh look, more corn. This is before the 4th of July, and it's the old saying was knee high by the 4th of July, but in years gone by, that's all changed with the with agriculture. Now it's 10 feet high by the 4th of July. Oh wait, bah, bah. That's not what a goat sounds like, is it? That was a sheep. Those were goats over there. They look at me like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to us? we're greatly offended. Me Too. They joined the Me Too group. I think that might not be an appropriate joke. Well, we could go back to bathroom jokes. It could be worse. All right, here we going around, pedaling. Oh, let me tell you about my new tire. The old tire, I got to looking at it, and there were a couple of really bad wear spots on it, which was not good. But then I noticed that there were strings coming out from around the bead area, and I'm not sure why it was doing that. What was causing it? But I do know that they were cheap tires. They were the Performance Bicycle Forte brand tires, which I guess they lasted for quite a while, and I never had a blowout, and I'm sure I might have flatted one or two, but you ride bicycles on the road and you're going to get flats from time to time. But what I bought this time were, I think the brand is Continental. They're gator skins. They're supposed to be really strong sidewalls. Everything about it's supposed to be strong and not impervious to punctures. But and there's more corn, still more corn. They're supposed to be really good about long lasting and not taking punctures. And I put them on there, and they seem to be pretty comfortable. They seem nice. I'm certainly not going to call them plush. Anytime you put 100 pounds of pressure in a tire and that's no bigger around than your thumb, it's not going to be the softest ride you get. We're not looking for Cadillac here, but I'm happy with it so far. But I'll keep you posted if I start having any trouble with them. I'll make a comment about it. Beautiful farm up here on the right. Just a lot of open fields. I came through here one time, and this is where I found out about this. There were they would have these large irrigation systems. The sprinklers where they're on the giant wheels that pull them around the field. And they were going to town with it, and I was so hot, middle of the summer, just dying. Oh wait, hang on just a second. Anyway, I'm riding along, middle of the summer, and dying of heat, and I'm thinking, man, if I could just ride my bicycle up this dirt gravel road where the sprinklers are spraying over the irrigation system, that would be so nice. And I didn't do it, of course. But later on, I was looking on one of the bicycle forums, and people were talking about it. And the idea is that somebody popped up and said, "Yeah, don't do that. Those things, they put chemicals in the water, the fertilizer and everything. So unless you want horse poo water sprinkled on you, don't go do that." All right, the next thing coming up, look over here to the left. It's just and you can't hardly see it. I mean, it's gone now, but there was a fruit stand on the corner, or a vegetable stand, rather. And I think there's a few of them that I see now on my different routes that I take. What's interesting is that there's nobody there. They're just an honor system. There's a bucket there to put your money in. So if you go up and buy an apple or something off of there, you're supposed to drop your dollar in the bucket. And I've done that before. That's I think a nice thing. A way a farmer can make a few bucks here and there without having to waste his manpower standing there in the hot sun all day waiting for just a few people to come along. Speaking of hot sun, there it is again, headed east, and over to our left is a community swimming pool. Again, another place that I've wanted to stop and jump right on, climb the fence and jump in, but I'm fear of getting arrested, and I hear that's not really a good thing, so I've decided not to go places I'm not wanted. But anyway, it always looks cool and refreshing when you pass by a swimming pool in the heat of a summer day on a bicycle ride. I mean, I've been tempted at crossing creeks to go just park the bike and go jump in the creek. It's can be so hot. However, you never follow through with those things. About the closest I come to anything like that is when you're riding along and a summer shower comes up and drenches you, and it's really great. I mean, it cools you off, it cools your muscles, you actually speed up. The problem is hot summer, it washes the sweat down from your head into your eyes, and it becomes very difficult to keep your eyes open while you ride. So you need to carry like a terry cloth rag or something in your back pocket or in your shirt, your jersey pocket to wipe the sweat out of your face when you need to. An important thing for the summertime riders. Wintertime is not really a problem. Wintertime is just the problem is staying warm. Anyway, let's see. Where are we? We're back into the forest, coming up on one of those nice downhills that we like to do. In the meantime, it's just a real pretty wooded area, and the road is really nice and smooth. We go through this thing where, for a bicycle, the smoother the asphalt, the better. But a car is not necessarily the same. They like to put gravel in the asphalt to give the cars more traction, but that makes it sort of rough for us. What are they thinking? Not making it best for the bicyclists. But anywho, this is a rural community, so anytime the weather goes bad, it's probably good that they take care of the people that have to drive the roads regardless. I spend so much time riding bicycles on these roads that, where there's turns and such. With a bicycle, you're not going that fast, so you don't slow down or anything. You don't even really think about it too much. Then I come back through here in a car, and, don't ride it in the car that often, so I'm not thinking about the curves being as abrupt as they are. Oh, hang on again for just 1 second. Hold on just a minute. And we're back at the Tour de France, the 2021 version, Stage 9, Mountains of the Pyrenees. We're with our King of the Mountain and our current yellow jersey leader, Monty's Misadventures, whatever that means. He's not even supposed to be in the tour. He just happens to be leading. Anyway, that's not very funny, is it? What? More corn. Corn. That's a lot of cornfields. Over there, way to the left, you can't see it from here, but it may be a mile to the left would be the Pamunkey River, the mighty Pamunkey River. That joins up with the Mattaponi River to form the York River, right up above Yorktown, right below West Point. Give you a little frame of reference, and that's the thing. These hills that we come down. These are valleys that are created probably by the river. It's an ancient riverbed kind of thing. If I turn to the south, I would have to climb back up to get back to the actual sea level the area is at, which is about 150 feet, whereas this is right down about sea level. So it's great farmland. I guess the runoff from the hills brings down sediment and such, so that it's good for growing crops. The Native Americans knew that very well. The Powhatan reservation is off over in that direction as well. I think it was the Powhatan Indians and the Pamunkey. I think that was a tribe name as well. Anyway, they flourished here and grew their crops. This is not far from the area where Pocahontas would have been found. And right here, if we turned right, that's the big hill that we climbed out originally, where the pretty girl was running. Not that I noticed pretty girls or anything like that, but yeah, that's where the pretty girl was running. Over here to the right, somewhere is that bird I was telling you about that I followed, but you just it's the resolution of this video is just not good enough, I guess, that you can actually make it out over there. But it was there, squawking away, doing something. Let's see, what else have I got for you? All right, coming back into the forest area. This is one of my favorite sections of road. Generally, especially if you got just a little bit of a tailwind or just the slightest breeze on your back, and it's a little bit of a downhill. The road is just pristine, smooth. It's kind of a fast run through here. We came through here one time. I was on a ride with a group, and somehow we got in behind a backhoe that was moving, going to a farm somewhere nearby, and the backhoe just happened to be doing about 20 miles an hour. And because of the suction that it pulls behind it, we were able to get up behind the backhoe and hold that 20 miles an hour with him for several miles. And he ended up turning off up here. I guess we followed him too. We turned left up here on River Road as well. Followed him for a while until he turned into his farm. That was kind of fun. He was, I'm sure, scratching his head over that one. Anyway, I'm going to run out of battery here shortly. We just have the cross the railroad tracks and back up the hill on Tunstall Road, where that agonizing hill climb we talk about every once in a while. But other than that, that's about all there is to it. We'll see some big farmlands over here to the left. Yeah, I think that's about all I've got for you today. Hope you've enjoyed the ride along with me, and let me know what you think about my gator skin tires. I'm sure there can be some kind of debate about it. Those old tires that I took off of it, I mean, I never got killed with them, but if I would have kept riding, I probably would have. I'm sure I would have started flattening, but that whole the threads coming off along the bead of the tire were very worrisome. What else can I tell you before we run out here? I think that's about all. Just enjoy the rest of the pedaling, and we'll see you on the next installment of Monty's Misadventures. Maybe we'll do a motorcycle one. Hey, slow down there, buddy. People keep passing me like they're in a big hurry somewhere. Oh, I bet he's got to go to the bathroom. That's what it is. Okay, carry on there, sir. Oh, and this is me going up Tunstall, just starting to climb, and this is where the battery actually dies. Thanks, and everybody stay safe out there.